Before you spend a single dollar on a luxury gift this year, pause. Running out of time, don't panic. Let's be honest, most of us panic when it's time to buy a gift. And that's how we end up overwhelmed, guessing, overspending, or buying things people never use. But that ends today. Because when you gift like this, people swear you're a gift whisperer. What if the right gift isn't the loudest brand name or the most expensive, but the one that says, I see you? Yes, this is a luxury gift guide, but not in the way you've ever seen it done. If you've ever felt stuck or you want this year's gift to land with goosebump accuracy, you're in the right place. In a year when everything feels heavier and pricier, we're matching personality to practical luxury, smart vanities, travel day totes, heritage books, and value keepers people actually use. What sets this guide apart is that we don't start with products, we start with people. Each gift is chosen to match a personality so no one is guessing and no one feels overlooked. It's about knowing your person so well that the gift fits their life like a glove. So yes, we're talking luxury, but the kind that serves real life. If your budget is tight, I'm going to show you how to create gifts that still feel elevated and luxury inspired, using things you probably already have around your home. Because sometimes the most meaningful gifts in the world are the ones you make with your own hands. And on the other end, if you're in a season where you want to give someone something extravagant, something unforgettable, something that brings real emotion, that's what we call the fantasy gift. The kind of gift where the person receiving it instantly knows you paid attention, you understood them, and you chose them. Because the real luxury isn't the gift, it's being seen and genuinely appreciated. Now, let's shop together. Starting with the mood booster, you know this person, the one who walks in and the energy lifts 10 degrees, the one who makes every room brighter just by being in it. The gift for them is uplifting luxury that sparks joy and quietly refills the same energy they're always giving to everyone else. This is luxury that feels light, playful, and unmistakably them. A puzzle or a book works for the mood booster because their joy comes from color, creativity, and small sparks of happiness. Here's how you choose the right one. You're not buying it to challenge their intellect. You're buying it to lift their mood. Look for bold color, beautiful imagery, or a subject that instantly makes them smile. If it feels fun before it feels serious, you're in the right lane. A designer puzzle gives them something soothing and playful to unwind with after a day of lifting everyone else's spirits. A beautiful coffee table book works for the same reason. The key is choosing a book that reflects what already lights them up, not what looks impressive on your shelf. Fashion, fragrance, interiors, travel. Pick the category they talk about without realizing it, and you cannot miss. Watch this. The right book turns into a mood boost every time they walk past it. If they love fashion, think Dior. If they love interiors, think Tom Ford. If they love art or travel, think Louis Vuitton. You're not choosing the best book. You're choosing their book. The right coffee table book doesn't just sit there. It stops them in their tracks, makes them smile, and reminds them that you see what they're drawn to. That's why this gift works. At the beauty counter, choose a luxe set that makes mornings easier and evenings softer. Here's how to do this well. Avoid the biggest box or the flashiest release. Look for a curated set with one hero product and one small indulgence. A Dior or Chanel set that feels like a ritual upgrade, not clutter. The mood booster doesn't want more steps. They want a better experience. Think a moisturizer or lip balm plus one pop item like a mini fragrance or a gloss. Ritual, not overload. Keep it simple. If you want to splurge a little, fine jewelry charms are perfect because they carry meaning without being overwhelming. The key here is symbolism: a star for hope, a heart for love, a music note for someone who lives through sound. Tiffany and Company gives you instant recognition and timeless charm. Van Cleef and Arpels leans more refined and heirloom coated. Pandora keeps it accessible without losing the personal touch. You're not buying jewelry, you're buying a story they can wear. Another strong option is a small leather good, a micro Louis Vuitton or Coach charm that clips onto their bag works because it adds personality without asking for commitment. This LV card holder with charms from the animation collection is the perfect example. Small pieces hit big when they reflect the person's energy. And if your budget is tight this year or you want something deeply personal without the luxury price tag, the mood booster is the perfect person for a DIY moment. Because what boosts their mood isn't the price tag. It's the thought, the color, and the creativity behind it. One of my favorite luxury-inspired DIYs for this personality is the Louis Vuitton-inspired glass dome fragrance holder I made inspired by the Murakami cherry blossom era. It's whimsical, it's joyful, it's collectible coated, and it gives them a beautiful place to display the fragrances they love. Mood boosters love a good vibe moment, and this delivers it instantly. Now let's talk fantasy. The fantasy gift for a mood booster isn't just expensive, it's an experience. These are the people who flip the energy in a room in seconds, who make you laugh when you're stressed, who create joy even when they're dealing with their own weight. So you gift them joy back. A full concert weekend experience, not just tickets. This is how you do it right. Car service so there's zero stress. A luxury hotel with a spa treatment on arrival. A stylist to help them choose their concert look delivered to their room. Next day glam, VIP seats, backstage passes, dinner afterward, breakfast and travel home handled. A complete start to finish joy experience. Because that's how you honor the person who keeps everyone's spirits lifted. Mood boosters don't need more stuff. They need moments that refill them. On the Why Buy scorecard, this lane is all green. Design that delights, style that reflects who they are, value that shows up emotionally, not just financially. Next, we have the connoisseur. This is the gentleman whose taste is a language. He notices the roast level of a coffee, the weight of paper in a book, the cut of a collar on a shirt. He doesn't chase trends. He evaluates them. So when you're shopping for him, the goal is not to impress. The goal is precision. When you give him a high-end coffee system, you instantly shape his mornings. If he already has the machine, don't replace it. Upgrade the ritual around it. Here's how you know you've chosen the right upgrade. It removes friction from something he already does every day. That's why a precision tamper, an upgraded grinder, or a subscription to limited seasonal roasts works too well. These aren't loud gifts because connoisseurs value refinement, not replacement. They respect someone who enhances what already meets their standards. They're quiet improvements that tell him you pay attention to how he lives. Fragrance is another form of curation for him. This is not about grabbing a popular scent. If he likes to compare, test, and sit with decisions, a niche fragrance discovery set works perfectly. A discovery set gives him space to evaluate, to live with each scent, to choose a signature instead of being handed one, because connoisseurs don't want to be told what's best. They want the tools to decide for themselves. You can also take a playful turn by bringing in sneaker design. He may enjoy sneakers, but he's not a hype chaser. What he appreciates is form. If he treats objects like sculpture, think display before purchase. A sleek sneaker art display or levitating shoe stand turns footwear into design. If you choose to include a pair, something like Tom Ford exotic trainers fits his lane. Not because of the logo, because of the craftsmanship and restraint, because you're honoring how he sees objects as intentional pieces, not trends. If he loves classic or rare cars, you don't need keys, you need context. This is where research becomes romance. Find the model he always references, pair an archival brochure or coffee table book about that car with a refined key tray. You're not gifting ownership, you're gifting recognition. Because connoisseurs are moved by specificity, not scale, it becomes a small story about him created by you. For the connoisseur, DIY only works when it looks intentional. If it doesn't look like it could belong in a boutique, don't make it. A handcrafted leather valet tray is perfect. Premium leather, clean lines, burnished edges, initials pressed quietly into the corner. It should feel like something discovered in a Florence workshop. And if you want to learn exactly how to do this well, I have a Make It episode called I Made Him a Leather Tray. Here's how you can too. It walks you through pattern, material choice, and finishing because details matter here. Because connoisseurs recognize effort the same way they recognize quality, if you want to go full fantasy for the connoisseur, build him an experience instead of an item. Now, fantasy for the connoisseur is not spectacle, it's access. If it feels rushed or loud, it's not for him. A private fragrance atelier appointment, a reservation-only museum tour with early access, a leather workshop visit where he watches artisans work by hand, because intimacy with excellence is his ultimate luxury. Quiet, slow, unforgettable. This is the kind of gift he references years later, not because it was expensive, but because it moved him. Design, elevated style, enduring value, emotional and intellectual, all green because everything here proves you see him. Now, the emergency contact, you know exactly who this is, the most dependable person in your life, the one who answers on the first ring, shows up before you finish a sentence, and somehow always knows what you meant, even when you barely said it. Their energy is calm, grounded, protective. So the question becomes, what do you give the person who gives everyone else stability? You match their energy. You choose gifts that feel safe, steady, and built to last. Not flashy, not trendy, reassuring. Start with outerwear that earns its keep every single cold day. A beautifully made coat or jacket in a quiet luxury lane like a Burberry trench or Loro Piana instantly communicates safety and thoughtfulness without ever needing a logo to do the talking. How to choose this well? Choose something they can reach for without thinking. Neutral color, timeless silhouette, weather smart fabric. If it wouldn't look out of place 5 years from now, you're on the right track. This is the kind of gift that literally says, I have you covered. Now add something personal that still fits their practical nature. Classic fine jewelry is ideal because it's clean, substantial, elegant, and wearable with everything they already own. Something like a gold necklace pair of small hoop works, perfect as an everyday staple. Why this works for them. The emergency contact doesn't want pieces they have to save. They want something they can wear daily that still feels intentional. This never needs a special occasion. If you're on a budget, don't worry. This is one of the easiest DIY lanes to get right. The DIY option for the emergency contact should match their personality. They are organized, they are thoughtful, they appreciate structure. Create a luxury-inspired notebook using a premium hardback journal and elevate it with a custom couture cover. Why this lands emotionally? This becomes the notebook they actually use. Meetings, planning, travel days, life management. It feels like them. And if you want to learn exactly how to make one, I have a Make It episode called Dior Inspired Notebook that walks you through the entire process. Now let's talk fantasy. For the emergency contact, the most overwhelming gift you can give is not more responsibility, it's the absence of it. Their fantasy gift is a full reset weekend where everything they usually manage is quietly handled for them. Imagine this. They open an envelope. Inside is a simple itinerary with their name at the top and one instruction. You are not in charge of anything for the next 48 hours. While they are away, the support they always provide is mirrored back to them. Their car is detailed and serviced. Their home is professionally cleaned. The fridge is stocked with their essentials. A lingering repair they've been putting off is finally handled. All of it happens in the background. Their weekend begins at a calm, comfortable hotel. Not flashy, thoughtful, quiet. Waiting in the room is the coat, the chain, or the notebook you chose, along with a handwritten note that tells them exactly why they are there. Massage booked, dinner reserved, late checkout arranged. The next morning, they wake up knowing nothing is waiting on them. No errands, no lists, no obligations. They return home to a reset space, a ready car, and a stocked fridge. Why, this is the ultimate gift. For an emergency contact, rest is luxury. Being anticipated is luxury. Being cared for is luxury. On the Why Buy scorecard, this is a perfect alignment. And that's this year's holiday gift guide. We covered the joy bringers who light up every room, the ritual lovers who appreciate precision, craftsmanship, and taste, and the steady ones, the people you call first who hold everything together. 3 personalities, 3 very different ways to give with intention. And yes, even if you're shopping last minute, this is how gifts stop missing and start landing. Now, you are shopping like a gift whisperer. Drop the personality type you're shopping for in the comments. And if none of these fully matched your person, don't worry, we're just getting started. Subscribe for more as we go deeper, bolder, bigger fantasy energy. Click that notification bell so you don't miss it.